guys, welcome to our Sports Bongo Live YouTube channel. Welcome to our Sports Bongo Live YouTube channel. It's FC Cincinnati versus Inter Miami. It's FC Cincinnati versus Inter Miami. The match will begin very soon. Please make sure to subscribe to the channel and thank you so much for joining our Sports Bongo Live YouTube channel. We'll be talking about the preview here and the lineups. FC Cincinnati and Inter Miami semi-final of US Open Cup. FC Cincinnati Lamar Hunt US Open Cup semi-final is finally here, but it's taken on new meaning since FCC last played in the competition. Cincinnati's been waiting. Cincinnati's been waiting for this match since it made it to the semi-final round back on June 6. FCC's quarter-final victory was a handsome one, and the club was considered a fortuner to win the Open Cup at that point. That sense was only highlighted after Cincinnati was drawn to face Inter Miami at TQL Stadium in the penultimate round of the tournament. But that was before Inter Miami reloaded during the secondary transfer window this summer, adding superstar Lionel Messi along with Sergio Busquets and Jordi Alba, both decorated and celebrated players in their own right, respectively. Eyes of the world on Cincinnati, Lionel Messi comes to TQL Stadium. It took just 7 matches during the now concluded Leagues Cup for Messi to lead Inter Miami to a thrilling tournament victory, and Miami's sights are now set on the Open Cup. This Open Cup run is likely FC Cincinnati's most legitimate run a Champions Cup at a championship in club history. It was not long ago some thought it was a foregone conclusion FCC could coast to the title. Now those ideas are being contested by a resurgent Miami and Messi, considered by many to the greatest players the game ever seen. Inter Miami's 2023 season is a story with two chapters, pre-Messi and post-Messi. Pre-Messi, Miami was the host side in MLS. The club dug itself a deep hole in the standings at 14 points back of the ninth and final MLS Cup playoff spot in the Eastern Conference. It's also sporting minus 14 goal different, the second host in MLS. Perhaps because it faced lower league sides in 3 of 4 Open Cup matches. Miami quietly advanced to the semi-final stage of the competition. Regardless of how it advanced, the club found shelter and positively in the Open Cup during an otherwise grim 2023 campaign. While the club's Open Cup state might have had a softer touch, there is nothing soft about Miami now. Post Messi, Miami looks unstoppable. The club scored 20 goals in Leagues Cup. That's just two fewer than they scored 18 regular season matches prior to the tournament, and Messi accounted for 10 scores. With Messi up top, Sergio Busquets pulling the strings in the midfield, and the club getting defensive help from Jordi Alba, all newly acquired during the secondary transfer window in July. The rest of the game has blossomed under former Barcelona and Atlanta United manager Gerardo Tata Martino. The best player in the world, so That's a good start if the Cincinnati general manager Chris Albright assist of Miami. The chemistry Messi and Busquets have, I think, frees all the other guys up to sort of use their talent and be free. Joseph Martinez looks like the best version of himself that he's looked like in a while. Some of the young kids, Robert Taylor, are able to play with, certainly without the pressure and expectations Messi, Busquets, and Alba have. That leads to a pretty good formula to win games. Miami's new formula is untested outside of Leagues Cup, though the club looks primed to improve its regular season form to even as far back as it is in the standings. Some anticipate a furious push for the postseason from the Herons. FC Cincinnati record all competition 1939 goals for 52 goals against 35. Projected starting 11: Alec Can goalkeeper, Alvaro Barrel right back, Ian Murphy centre back, Matt Meagza centre back, Nick Hagland centre back, Santiago Arias right back, Obina Nobodo midfielder, Marco Angulo midfielder, Luciano Acosta midfielder, Brandon Vasquez forward, Aaron Bobenza forward. Inter Miami all competition 13-14-6 goals for 48 goals against 46. Projected 11: Drake Calendar goalkeeper, Jordi Alba left back, Kamal Miller centre back, Sherry Christophe centre back, DeAndre Yedlin right back, Dixon Aero midfielder, Sergio Vasquez midfielder, Benjamin Kremiski midfielder, Robert Taylor forward, Joseph Martinez forward, Lionel Messi winger forward. So this is the lineup and the preview. Please make sure to subscribe to the channel and thank you so much for joining the Sports Mongo Live YouTube channel. Please make sure to subscribe to the channel and thank you so much for joining the Sports Mongo Live YouTube channel. Live YouTube channel. Cincinnati's been waiting. Cincinnati's been waiting for this match since it made it to the semi-final round back on June 6. FCC's quarter-final victory was a handsome one, and the club was considered a fortuner to win the Open Cup at that point. That sense was only highlighted after Cincinnati was drawn to face Inter Miami at TQL Stadium in the penultimate round of the tournament. But that was before Inter Miami reloaded during the secondary transfer window this summer, adding superstar Lionel Messi along with Sergio Busquets and Jordi Alba, both decorated and celebrated players in their own right, respectively. Eyes of the world on Cincinnati, Lionel Messi comes to TQL Stadium. It took just 7 matches during the now concluded Leagues Cup for Messi to lead Inter Miami to a thrilling tournament victory, and Miami's sights are now set on the Open Cup. This Open Cup run is likely FC Cincinnati's most legitimate run at a championship in club history. It was not long ago some thought it was a foregone conclusion FCC could coast to the title. Now those ideas are being contested by a resurgent Miami and Messi, considered by many to the greatest players the game ever seen. Inter Miami's 2023 season is a story with two chapters, pre-Messi and post-Messi. Pre-Messi, Miami was the worst side in MLS. The club dug itself a deep hole in the standings at 14 points back of the ninth and final MLS Cup playoff spot in the Eastern Conference. It's also sporting minus 14 goal difference, the second most in MLS, perhaps because it faced lower league sides in 3 of 4 Open Cup matches. Miami quietly advanced to the semi-final stage of the competition. Regardless of how it advanced, the club found shelter and positively in the Open Cup during an otherwise grim 2023 campaign. While the club's Open Cup state might have had a softer touch, there is nothing soft about Miami now. Post Messi, Miami looked unstoppable. The club scored 20 goals in League's Cup. That's just 2 fewer than they scored 18 regular season matches prior to the tournament, and Messi accounted for 10 scores. With Messi up top, Sergio Busquets pulling the strings in the midfield, and the club getting defensive help from Jordi Alba, all newly acquired during the secondary transfer window in July. The rest of the game has blossomed under former Barcelona and Atlanta United manager Gerardo Tata Martino. The best player in the world, so that's a good start if the Cincinnati general manager Chris Albright assist of Miami. The chemistry Messi and Busquets have, I think, frees all the other guys up to sort of use their talent and be free. Joseph Martinez looks like the best version of himself that he's looked like in a while. Some of the young kids, Robert Taylor, are able to play with, certainly without the pressure and expectations Messi, Busquets and Alba have. That leads to a pretty good formula to win games. Miami's new formula is untested outside of League's Cup, though the club looks primed to improve its regular season form to even as far back as it is in the standings. Some anticipate a furious push for the postseason from the Herons. FC Cincinnati record all competition 1939 goals for 52 goals against 35. Projected starting 11: Alec Can goalkeeper, Alvaro Barrel right back, Ian Murphy centre back, Matt Meagza centre back, Nick Hagland centre back, Santiago Ares right back, Obina Nobodo midfielder, Marco Angulo midfielder, Luciano Acosta midfielder, Brandon Vasquez forward, Aaron Bobenza forward. Inter Miami all competition 13-14 6 goals for 48 goals against 46. Projected 11: Drake Calendar goalkeeper, Jordi Alba left back, Kamal Miller centre back, Sherry Christem centre back, DeAndre Yedlin right back, Dixon midfielder, Sergio Busquets midfielder, Benjamin Kremensky midfielder, Robert Taylor forward, Joseph Martinez forward, Lionel Messi winger forward. So this is the lineup and the preview. Please make sure to subscribe to the channel, and thank you so much for joining this Sports Mongo Live YouTube channel. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and thank you so much for joining this Sports Mongo Live YouTube channel. Cincinnati's been waiting for this match since it made it to the semi-final round back on June 6. FCC's quarter-final victory was a handsome one, and the club was considered a fortuner to win the Open Cup at that point. That scene was only highlighted after Cincinnati was drawn to face Inter Miami at TQL Stadium in the penultimate round of the tournament. But that was before Inter Miami reloaded during the secondary transfer window this summer, adding superstar Lionel Messi, along with Sergio Busquets and Jordi Alba, both decorated and celebrated players in their own right, respectively. Eyes of the world on Cincinnati, Lionel Messi comes to TQL Stadium. It took just 7 matches during the now concluded League's Cup for Messi to lead Inter Miami to a thrilling tournament victory, and Miami sides are now set on the Open Cup. This Open Cup run is likely FC Cincinnati's most legitimate run at a championship in club history. It was not long ago some thought it was a foregone conclusion FCC could coast to the title. Now those ideas are being contested by a resurgent Miami, and Messi considered by many to the greatest players the game ever seen. Inter Miami's 2023 season is a story with 2 chapters: pre-Messi and post-Messi. Pre-Messi, Miami was the most side in MLS. The club dug itself a deep hole in the standings and 14 points back of the 9th and final MLS Cup playoff spot in the Eastern Conference. It's also scored in -14 goal different, the second most in MLS, perhaps because it faced lower league sides in 3 of 4 Open Cup matches. Miami quite postseason from the Herons. FC Cincinnati record all competition 1939 goals for 52 goals against 35. Projected starting 11: Alec Can, goalkeeper; Alvaro Barrel, right back; Ian Marby, centre back; Matt Meagza, centre back; Nick Hageland, centre back; Santiago Reyes, right back; Obina Nobodo, midfielder; Marco Angulo, midfielder; Luciano Acosta, midfielder; Brandon Vasquez, forward; Aaron Bobinza, forward. Inter Miami all competition 30-46 goals for 48 goals against 46. Projected 11: Drake Calendar, goalkeeper; Jordi Alba, left back; Kamal Miller, centre back; Shiri Distim, centre back; DeAndre Yedlin, right back; Dixon, midfielder; Sergio Vasquez, midfielder; Benjamin Kremeski, midfielder; Robert Taylor, forward; Jose Martinez, forward; Lionel Messi, winger, forward. So this is the lineup and the preview. Please make sure to subscribe to the channel, and thank you so much for joining this Sports Mobile Live YouTube channel. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and thank you so much for joining this Sports Mobile Live YouTube channel. Cincinnati's been waiting for this match since it to the title. Now those ideas are being contested by a resurgent Miami and Messi, considered by many to the greatest players the game ever seen. Inter Miami's 2023 season is a story with two chapters: pre-Messi and post-Messi. Pre-Messi, Miami was the host side in MLS. The club dug itself a deep hole in the standings at 14 points back of the 9th and final MLS Cup playoff spot in the Eastern Conference. It's also sporting minus 14 goal different, the second most in MLS, perhaps because it faced lower league sides in 3 of 4 Open Cup matches. Miami quietly advanced to the semi-final stage of the competition. Regardless of how it advanced, the club found shelter and positively in the Open Cup during an otherwise grim 2023 campaign. While the club's Open Cup state might have had a softer touch, there is nothing soft about Miami now. Post-Messi, Miami looked unstoppable. The club scored 20 goals in Leagues Cup. That's just 2 fewer than they scored 18 regular season matches prior to the tournament, and Messi accounted for 10 scores. With Messi up top, Sergio Busquets pulling the strings in the midfield, and the club getting defensive help from Jordi Alba, all newly under former Barcelona and Atlanta United manager Gerardo Tata Martino. The best player in the world, so that's a good start. As a Cincinnati general manager Chris Albright, assist of Miami, the chemistry Messi and Busquets have, I think, frees all the other guys up to sort of use their talent and be free. Josep Martinez looks like the best version of himself that he's looked like in a while. Some of the young kids, Robert Taylor, are able to play with, certainly without the pressure and expectations Messi, Busquets and Alba have. That leads to a pretty good formula to win games. Miami's new
There are ordinary handbags, and there's Gucci. There are ordinary engagement rings, and there's Genesis. A Genesis diamond ring is unlike any other. Artistic, innovative design, handcrafted precision, exceptional detail and quality. This is why people who work at other jewelers come to Genesis for their rings. A Genesis ring is considered the gold standard in bridal, with no compromises, no cut corners, nothing short of perfection. We have the look, the style every woman dreams about. At Genesis, you'll find dozens of exclusive world-class bridal designers who are revered for their attention to detail, exceptional vision, and superior craftsmanship. A Genesis ring rises to the occasion, reflecting her style, her unique personality, her confidence, her individuality. In a world filled with ordinary, for this moment, choose extraordinary. Choose Genesis. Genesis Diamonds on Montgomery Road.
It's confirmed. Kings Ford in the Kings Auto Mall is Cincinnati's Ford price leader. And during the Kings Ford Summer Sell-Down, take $5,000 off new F-150s and Ford Expedition. Get invoice pricing on new Fords like Bronco Sport, Escape, and Edge. It's no wonder more and more people choose Kings Ford. Over 250 new Fords available right now with exclusive Kings Ford discounts. Only from Ohio's #1 Ford Bronco dealer and #1 Mach-E dealer. With truckloads of new Fords arriving now, you'll find what you're looking for. And if it's not here today, it will be here tomorrow. Nobody has this selection, and nobody can beat Cincinnati's Ford price leader. Kings Ford is proud to be a local, family-owned and operated business for the last 44 years. And that means better personal service, no matter where you've been, no matter what you've been offered. Kings Ford beats them all. Save money. Buy local at Cincinnati's new Ford destination, Kings Ford, in the Kings Auto Mall and at kingsfordinc.com. If you want to pay more, that's your business. If you want to pay less, that's Kings Ford's business.
Right now at Wendy's, when you buy either Dave's Single, Spicy Chicken Sandwich, Medium Frosty, or 10-piece nuggets, you can get another for just $1. Your dollar never tasted so good. So it's obvious what everyone will get, right?
Definitely nugs.
Spicy
and
chicken sandwich,
Dave's Single and a Frosty for me.
And a Frosty.
Okay, who said Frosty and a Frosty? Pick your obvious choice. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's, buy one, get one for $1.
Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. U.S. Wendy's, valid for item of equal or lesser value. Cannot be combined with a combo or any other offer.
That's Mike saying good morning. It's the best he can do right now. Yeah, not a cloud in the sky. What Mike could use is a fresh start. And Irish Spring Body Wash. The fresh scent of Irish Spring and those sensational Irish Spring suds are just the reset Mike needs. Now he's ready
To go to work.
It's Sunday. Irish Spring. When the spring hits you, you're ready. Pick up Irish Spring today.
It's not a rite of passage or just part of growing up. Bullying has no place in Ohio schools. I'm Becky Higgins, president of the Ohio Education Association. Adults have the power to stop bullying. It's up to us as educators, as parents, as adults to stand up on behalf of bullied kids. Take the pledge to be that adult at NEA.org/bullyfree.
A message from the Ohio Education Association.
Did you know if you're an adult living with asthma or COPD, getting sick with pertussis may result in severe complications? Pertussis, or whooping cough, is a serious respiratory illness. Vaccination is the best way to help protect against pertussis. Speak to your healthcare provider to ensure you are up to date on your Tdap vaccination. Learn more at lung.org.
ESPN 1530 Cincinnati. Available everywhere with the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. ESPN 1530, an iHeartRadio station.
That's just like that. A goal. FC Cincinnati takes the lead. Through the orange and blue, and they can feel it in the real Queen City.
It's time for FC Cincinnati soccer.
And tonight they are dancing in the veil.
Now we head to the stadium and join the voice of FC Cincinnati, Tommy G, on ESPN 1530.
8 years ago, FC Cincinnati was an 11-day-old club, one being built from the ground up, set to play in the USL with dreams of one day landing in Major League Soccer. 6 years ago, that same FC Cincinnati team made a spectacular run through the U.S. Open Cup, culminating in a semifinal loss to New York. Tonight, the orange and blue dance in the semifinal once more. This time, however, the greatest ever to play the sport stands between the club and their first Cup final. Good evening and welcome to TQL Stadium, where the atmosphere is absolutely electric tonight. Tom Glitter, thrilled to be alongside my longtime broadcast partner, Kevin McCluskey. FC Cincinnati, Inter Miami. Lionel Messi is here. He is starting. And Kevin, this city is buzzing tonight.
Well, we've seen some massive games through the history of FC Cincinnati, especially in this cup, especially in this tournament, but none quite as big as tonight's game. As you mentioned, we bring the best player that has played this game based on stats, based on the history and what he's put together as far as success. But for FC Cincinnati, a massive stage again to prove themselves. So far this season, they've been fantastic, especially at TQL Stadium. They're coming off of a loss against the rival Columbus. They come back. The stage is set as far as the world looking here at TQL Stadium at this game. And I think this team has to be so motivated to go out, take a step further. There's going to be respect, of course, for some of these world-class players that are on display. But for me, it's one big step forward to get into that final. The fans are ready. The players are ready. Let's go, big man.
It certainly feels like this is the biggest game in club history, including the USL era, and that spectacular run that went on to the semifinals. It would have been a big deal tonight to play in a cup semifinal if it had been Birmingham coming here to play in this match. But it's not. It's Inter Miami, and it's an Inter Miami side that made waves during the summer window, including bringing in Lionel Messi. They've already won Leagues Cup. They have not lost since Messi has joined the team. Is there anything that he can't do at the age 36?
No, that's why he's so special, right? I think if you look at the best, the very, very best, they always kind of find a way of reinventing themselves and playing in different positions. But this guy's different, Tommy, because he hasn't, right? The game has had to suit him, and he hasn't had to go and kind of reinvent himself into a different position, going from a midfield player into a striker. He is a free role player, of course, the natural number 10, so he can play wherever he wants to play. Getting the pieces beside him make a big difference, and we'll talk about some of that later as we get into kind of the pre-game. But the difference between this player and those other great players is that he didn't have to reinvent himself.
No.
He's still as good as what he was. Of course, yes, is he going to be as sharp and as physically fit? Maybe not. But as far as the soccer IQ, as far as changing games, and as far as just being able to see this game, the vision that he has, incredible.
Became a World Cup champion for the first time on December 19th in Qatar when Argentina hoisted that trophy. He hoisted his 44th trophy of his career on Saturday when Miami won Leagues Cup. He has 10 goals in 7 games since joining Inter Miami. These two sides played here at TQL Stadium back on April 1st. Remember that one? FC Cincinnati didn't play well. They won 1-0. This Miami team looks way different than the team we saw on April Fool's Day. Let's step aside and take a break. Much more to talk about Miami and some of the guys who will be playing alongside Leo Messi here tonight. It is a sold-out crowd, and it will be a lot of fun. Great atmosphere planned for this match. Our pregame coverage rolls on as we get closer to kickoff right now, half an hour away on ESPN 1530.
There are lots of ways to make Skyline part of your game plan. You can pregame with friends in 5 ways at your favorite Skyline, or carry out conies to crush during the game. And Skyline is the only place for post-game Cholitos and chili cheese fries. Football, basketball, baseball, or soccer. High school, college, or pro. Doesn't matter. Game time is always a good time for Skyline. So get your game face on and get your Skyline game plan together. Feeling good? It's Skyline time.
Make some off-road memories in a rugged and capable new Toyota, like the legendary 4Runner, the best-selling Tacoma, or the powerful and efficient Tundra with the best resale value in its class. Now through September 5th, you can get low 3.99 APR financing on any new 2023 Tacoma with approved credit through TFS. And every new Toyota comes with 2 years no-cost maintenance included. Get complete details at buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
My check engine light's on?
That could hurt your gas mileage. The AutoZone free Fix Finder service can help find the fix for free.
This whole report for free?
That's right. Printed and on your phone for free.
But what if the fix is too tough?
We'll recommend a local shop. Fix Finder, only at AutoZone. Restrictions apply.
Hey, did you see that game last weekend? It was crazy.
Actually, we were there.
Wait, like in person? How'd you swing that?
Allegiant had a super affordable non-stop flight out there. And with how low the airfare was, buying tickets to the game was a no-brainer.
Hold my beer. I'm going to Allegiant.com right now.
Allegiant, the official airline of FC Cincinnati. Non-stop flights from Cincinnati to Fort Lauderdale, one way for as low as $41. Must be purchased by 9/3/2023 for travel between 8/17/2023 and 2/12/2024. Seats and dates are limited. Restrictions apply. See Allegiant.com for details.
Cincy 360, tomorrow at noon on ESPN 1530.
Tom Glenn, Kel McCluskey back with you at TQL Stadium where the sun is shining, the temperature in the 90s. A red-hot, scorching week in Cincinnati for this U.S. Open Cup semifinal. How about Miami? 22 goals in 22 MLS games. They're in last place in the Eastern Conference right now. They scored 22 goals in 7 League Cup matches under new head coach Tata Martino. Phil Neville was let go before Leagues Cup. Tata Martino, who of course won MLS Cup with Atlanta United, won the U.S. Open Cup there as well, has done a great job, Kevin, of getting all these guys to buy into his system and mesh in no time.
Yeah, I think, listen, obviously the three players, Jordi Alba, Busquets, and Messi, these guys know each other inside out, right? So if you get three players that obviously are very cohesive together and have a good understanding of how to play, you've got a coach that I think, as far as style of play, would fit those players too. And of course, the other players that have been at that club, it's one of those things, it's kind of a perfect storm, right? And not a perfect storm, because I think it's very intentional, where you go and you have to have strategy with some of the purchase. Pulling that off, having a plan, but then pulling it off, that's a different thing.
Right.
And to be able to do what they've done and have a coach that I think fits the players, it's impressive. So it'll be interesting to see, of course, since those players have come in, since the new head coach has come in, different team, different results, different performances, and tonight, hopefully for FC Cincinnati, they can be the thorn in that side, because that's what we're wanting, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's excited. Yeah, it's great that Messi's here and everything else, but FC Cincinnati want to be playing in a final.
Yeah, absolutely. There is some rotation for Miami. We'll talk about that as we go along through our pregame show, but Messi is starting, Jordi Alba is starting, as is Sergio Busquets, and the native of Spain has stepped in and been surgical with his passing for this Miami side.
Yeah, listen, he's a special player, and of course Messi gets a lot of kind of the credit because he changes games and he is one of the very, very best. But Busquets, I think, just the profile, the type of midfielder he is, having him kind of anchor and be able to find passes, his range is brilliant. Again, his vision is fantastic. For me, that's the player that you've got to try to shut down tonight. But for FC Cincinnati, they're going to have a game plan. Of course, with Messi, there's going to be times that you're going to try to push him wide. The big thing for me is trying to get Busquets and try to deny Busquets playing those passes into Messi. If you can stop that, you have a chance.
Well, you can hear some of the cheers murmuring across the crowd. It's not because Leo Messi just came out of the pitch. He's been out for about 20 minutes. It's because they just showed Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow on the scoreboard. He's down on the sideline with some of his teammates, Tyler Boyd, T. Higgins. Sam Hubbard is out there. Sam Hubbard is scheduled to pull the sword, and those guys are getting the crowd fired up right now as we get closer to kickoff, now 25 minutes away. We step aside, and when we return, tell you about the other semifinal and the one league game taking place as we check in on the scoreboard. Stay tuned on ESPN 1530.
At Mercy Health, we believe your health care should always revolve around you. So these days, it's not just about how we care for you, it's where. Because whether at our place or yours, or wherever your day takes you, we'll be there with compassionate, personalized care, no matter how